Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We are back with some more Return to Shironagasu Island. Very excited to continue playing after the last video. I actually, normally, this is just kind of a series that, I play whenever, or maybe I make it the last video I make whenever I record. But this is the first video I'm recording today because I am so psyched to get back into the game and see where it's going. I really like the twists that the story is taking, and definitely took a game that I thought was just going to kind of be a traditional visual novel and made it something pretty special. So let's go ahead and see what other horrors lurk down here. We have no choice but to go this way, but we wouldn't be able to hide anywhere. I'll run away if anything scary shows up. You can take care of it. Let's hope that doesn't happen. That always gets me. I keep thinking about what Abby asked you. She asked you who killed Thomas and Sir Raymond. That would mean that whoever is responsible for those murders is not someone from the mansion. Which means that one of the guests did it? That would be just as scary. Indeed. We're in quite a quandary and have to keep the killer in mind as well. I got off the elevator here. Looks like it's out of order right now. I'm not surprised. They already know that we're underground. Are they preventing us from going back up again? Does that mean that we have to go further to the rear? That's where the creature came from. I so don't want to go there. Huh? Hey, looks like there's a door over there. Huh? Why did I not notice that staircase before? It's locked. It's no match for my lockpicking skills, though. Akira, you're so handy. There we go. I'm glad that the door's open. Abby could have placed a booby trap, though. Get down, Ninako. If she did, it is probably a wire trap with explosive attached to it. Eek! It's okay. There's no trap. Either she didn't have the time to place it, or she thought she wouldn't need to. Well, we can't escape from this island anyway. Perhaps they want to play with us a little longer. Looks like we hit the jackpot. I think that the spiral staircase goes all the way up to the ground floor. We just have to make it all the way up the top. Neneko is about to breathe a sigh of relief, but I stop her. I hear footsteps. Someone is coming down the stairs. I signal to Neneko and we hide underneath the spiral staircase. Yo, there's not a lot of room to hide under there. I don't know what they think they're gonna do. The area below the stairs should be a blind spot. Nah, I don't think so. The moment I see someone appear in front of me, I hold up my gun. Freeze! Ah! You surprised me. What are you doing down here? What? Alex? Would you mind pointing that somewhere else? So Alex and Akira, I feel like, are the same person. But why was Akita the only one who was able to see? Because he was in his simulated world. I'm still so confused about that. That will depend on what you have to say. This is a place where you can't normally get to, you know? How did you manage to get in here? Why are you sneaking about? I could ask you the same thing. You got down here before I did, after all. Were you guys hired to work in this mansion? You don't seem to grasp your predicament, Alex. I'm asking you, not the other way around. You really are as brutal as they say. All right, I'll tell you what I know. Just, please, stop pointing that gun at me. It scares me. All right, then. Since you came all the way down here, how about you show us the way back up? You don't want to go down there. There are way too many disturbing things in the basement. Disturbing? What happened down there? Never mind. I'll show you the way up. Threatened by my gun, Alex reluctantly begins to climb the stairs. I see. It appears I will need to talk to Alex as well. I'm not surprised. I'm not sure yet if he's our enemy, but if he knows how to sneak into a place like this, he's definitely familiar with the island. Alex, the way you're sneaking around, you don't appear to be just a regular guest. Who the hell are you? Were you hired by someone? Hired? Don't be silly. I came to this island for personal reasons. I'm not doing this for anyone. And I should believe you? You don't just happen to stumble upon a place like this. I think you're willing to risk death, sneaking around like that. I'm aware of the danger. Still, there is something I have to look into. And what is that? It's that my grandmother may have been a client of this facility in the past. I came to this island to discover the truth. That should be enough, right? I don't work for the mansion and no one hired me. If anything, I should be suspicious of you guys. Don't be silly. I almost became a victim of human experimentation right now. If you're not working for the mansion, you should be careful. It's now clear as day that they are our enemies. They have also created monsters on this island. Monsters? Human experiments are one thing. Yeah, I mean, obviously those are fine, but I find that hard to believe. Well, it's the truth. The sooner you believe that, the better, for your own sake. Alex, how did you manage to sneak into this basement stairway? It shouldn't be so easy to get in here. There's no way you just happened to find this staircase while you were looking for the toilet. But that's precisely what happened. When I was looking for the toilet, I happened to stumble upon the stairway. Ha! Alright, I'll tell you the truth. Yeah, that was a bad lie. Don't look at me like that. My grandmother told me about it. She told me there's a hidden staircase that leads down to the basement. Her stories helped me find it. I'm not lying, really. Your grandmother's stories. It's true that Alex has been searching around the mansion for quite some time. If Alex were working for the mansion, he wouldn't have behaved like that. He's probably telling the truth. Alex, what do you know about this island? I don't know a lot, but if you're an outsider, I don't think you should look into things too thoroughly. It's exactly what Akira said. Thanks for the advice. But we can no longer go back to the way things were when we arrived here. Tell me everything you know. I was investigating the illegal activities that were taking place on this island. One of them was the organ trade. The trade of organs and transplants may have been carried out on this island. I came here to uncover the truth. Nanako told me that there were operating rooms and specimens preserved in formalin in the basement. I'm certain that organ transplants using illegally sourced organs were carried out there. Really? So there is a surgical facility on this island. Did you find any documents? For example, any medical records about my grandmother? Nanako pokes my back. There were some medical records. His grandmother's record was in there as well. However, a page with details about her had been ripped out for some reason. It seems that there was also a record about your grandmother. The details were torn out by someone, though. Was there a record? Are you sure it was torn out, or did you overlook it? Can I go down there to see it now? Hey, we can't go back down now. What are you so excited about? Why are you so obsessed with your grandmother's record? No, I just want to know the truth, that's all. Tell me about your background, birthplace, family name, everything. My life is an open book. My name is Alex Werner. I'm an American of British descent. The Werner family made its fortune in arms manufacturing and export during the Civil War. After that, we further grew our wealth on the stock market. We managed to keep a low profile, but we're one of the few billionaire families in the United States. That sounds rather comfortable. I look at Nanako. She might know about his family. She will be able to verify the accuracy of his information. Looks like he's telling the truth. Graham Werner, a descendant of the Werner family who earned a huge fortune in arms exports, sold his stocks just before the Wall Street crash in 1929, insider trading, and increased his wealth by buying up stocks at rock bottom prices, becoming one of the most celebrated wealthy men of the 20th century. He also invested actively in Hollywood and was a founding member of a large studio. Even now, his name is engraved on one of the largest studios. In 1969, he died of heart disease, which he had been afflicted with for many years. I read this in an article about Hollywood 3 years ago on December 2nd. What she says, is that correct? What the? Oh no, it's all correct, but how can she remember something in so much detail? I think that my ability is a blessing as well as a curse. I can't forget anything, even if I want to. Ability? You have a photographic memory? That's very unexpected. Alex appears to be more shaken than surprised by Neneko's ability. He seems to be afraid that we know too many details about him and his family. He's still hiding something. I'm afraid that's all there is to tell. Do you know anything else about this island? It doesn't matter how minor it is, I just need more information. I'm sorry, but this is my first time on this island, so I don't know anything else. My grandmother didn't want to talk about this island. I just know about the organ trade. Did you know that prostitution was also happening on this island? Prostitution? Did that happen on this island? It seems so. It's terrible. I just can't... He doesn't look like he's lying. It seems that the information about the island that Alex had was rather incomplete. Alex, I'm not sure if I believe everything you say. You're still hiding something, aren't you? The invitation was indeed sent to my grandmother. I came to this island to learn about the truth about her. That's it. How my grandmother managed to cheat death and survive, and also to discover who was killed so that she could live. So you interpreted the invitation sent to your So you intercepted the invitation sent to your grandmother. Is that what you're saying? That's more or less what happened. It is true that the invitation was sent to my grandmother, so I'm not an official proxy. I am here without my grandmother's knowledge. Well, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. For now. It sounds like a mixture of truth and lies. Maybe half of it is true, but the other half is dodgy. This kid is suspicious. I'd better watch my back around him. Thank you for trusting me. Alex, I wanted to ask you one more thing. Do you know a girl named Aurora Lavilla? She's such a young girl. Wears a blue ribbon. Aurora Lavilla? Whoa! Did you see the eyes? What's going on? Your face just became pale. Do you know anything about her? No, I don't know her. I'm sorry, I'm feeling a little bit dizzy. His face is white as a sheet. So he does know something about Aurora. This is very strange. He appears to be extremely upset. I'm sorry, I've calmed down. I'm all right now. What about that girl? Nothing. I was just wondering if you'd come across her in the mansion. In this mansion? She wasn't one of the guests. Do you mean that this girl has been in this mansion all this time? I don't remember seeing any girl. Don't worry about it. Thanks anyway. Something's very strange. Alex's face went blank when I mentioned Aurora. He has to know more than he's letting on. After going up the spiral staircase for a while, we reach a door. We're here. This leads to the ground floor of the mansion. The ground floor of the mansion? Where does the staircase lead to exactly? Why don't you open the door and find out? All right, I will. The wine cellar. See? I see a hidden door inside the wine cellar. Ah, you were looking around here earlier. Is this why a lot of bottles were moved around so randomly? Yes. My grandmother told me about this place. Grandmother told you a lot of information, Alex. I saw some men coming out of the cellar, even though they had no business being there. I found a switch that opens a hidden door in the wall. That door leads down to the basement. Neneko, can you remember everything? Even the exact location of the wine bottles? That kind of freaks me out. You're scary. Why, you? I'm glad that we managed to get back to the ground floor in one piece. It's still a bad situation, but at least things have improved somewhat. Let's rejoin Akira and the others. All right. I hope everyone is safe. What if there's a big sea of blood? Silly, don't say things like that. It might actually happen. So wait. Akira and Aurora are two different people? I'm like spacing out. I swore. Okay, so Akira and Alex can't be the same person. There's another girl named Aurora. I don't know why I mixed up Akira and Aurora. We like haven't seen Aurora in forever then. Hey, Neneko. Akira and Giselle see us and come running to us. I'm glad that they're safe. They don't look very relieved to see us though. Are you all right? Did you take a nap somewhere? You're such a slouch, Neneko. We had a terrifying experience while you were sleeping. Take a nap? Yes, our lives were in danger after you disappeared. Where did you run off to? Ah, if it isn't Akira. Still not dead, I see. Ah, Akira is so full of herself that she apparently can't take the feelings of others into account. Neneko snorts and turns toward me. Akira is always giving me a hard time. Wasn't she worried about me at all? So cold-hearted. I wish she could have gone through what we have. Hey, don't get so angry. It looks like something happened over here as well. She appears to be panicking. Akira, what happened here? It would be really helpful if you could fill me in. That thing appeared. That thing. I don't understand what you're talking about. What appeared? Please don't tell me it was just a cockroach. Try to calm down and tell me slowly. I can't talk about this calmly. That monster appeared. The demon of Shironagasu Island. What? Are you serious? Do I look like I'm kidding? Perhaps it's the same creature I saw underground. Huh? I'm sure you saw something else. You probably got scared and were just seeing things, Neneko. But I really saw it. Even worse, it attacked me. Akira, hey, would it be alright if I beat her to death? Don't let me hold you back. Punch, bam, pow. Thud, kapow, wham, smack, kaboom. Yow. Ouch, what the heck? Stop venting your frustration on my back. Even though I'm so deeply hurt, much deeper than Challenger Ridge in the Marina Trench, and more damage than Val's Marinaires on Mars, mutter. All right. You can tell that to her later. Listen, Akira. We saw the same creature you did. A half fish, half human with reddish skin and unusually big eyes, right? Yes, that's it. The creature looked just like the one in this painting. So you saw it too? Are you alright? I'm so glad that you're safe. Why do you only believe things when Akita tells you? I was more likely to be killed by people than by that creature, though. By people? What do you mean? Before I tell you about it, we'd better get away from here. This place is dangerous. No argument here. Let's get out of here. This should do it. I wedge a piece of wood into the door wheel. Maybe we shouldn't close ourselves in the room where someone burned to death. I wedge a piece of wood into the door wheel and make sure that the iron door can't be opened easily. This is only a temporary solution, but it will have to do. If I make it too sturdy, it might be too hard to remove if we have to escape if anything happens in the guest room building. Alright, Akita's thinking ahead. Everything considered, this is the best way to secure the door. I let everyone catch their breath and tell Akira and the others about what happened underground. So that maid is our enemy. We won't be able to trust the people from the mansion anymore. But we're completely isolated and left to our own devices until the ship comes back. That is, if it even comes back. But we should go through the information we now have and prepare for their attack. Prepare for their attack? Are you saying you can fight that creature? That's impossible. Well, it will depend on the situation, but we should get ready. Can you tell us what happened when you encountered the demon of Shironagasu Island? Alright. After Neneko was gone, we were looking for a way to climb up. As I was searching... Climb up? But that elevator took me underground. You idiot! How could I have known that? How was I supposed to know that this building had a basement? Enough bickering, carry on. How can I explain it? I become lightheaded just by thinking about it. Giselle, could you? Yes, young lady. When I was just checking the entrance, I heard the young lady cry out from the front of the dining hall, so I hurried back immediately. When I reached her, I saw that the creature was about to attack her. I see, so you encountered the creature there. But you did make it out of that situation alive somehow. Indeed. When I shouted and intimidated it, the monster suddenly lost all interest and disappeared into the corridor that leads outside. When I checked the corridor, it appeared that the creature had left the mansion. Giselle shouting? That's very un-Giselle-like. I kind of would like to see that. Alright, Akita, keep it in your pants. My skin crawls just thinking about it. If Giselle hadn't shouted at it, I would have been killed for sure. I could have died so often since I arrived on this island. Only twice so far. Did you forget how to count? Ouch, that hurts. You pulverized my brain. My precious brain. What did she do? Anyway, I now understand what has happened here. Looks like we won't be able to avoid this confrontation. We might be able to make this work, even though our chances are slim. Do you think so? We might still be able to survive this? It just said Alex. It just said Alex instead of Akira. Did you guys see that? Was that a mistake? Or, dude, this game's getting weird. I'll tell you more about it later. For now, all the guests should assemble in my room, if everyone is still safe. What if that creature is already inside the guest room building? I'll punch you, Neneko. Wow, I'm already down for the count. Do you usually say that to people before you hit them? Akita, what should I do about this violent wait, don't leave me. I don't think Alex was in the room with us, right? Alright. We've got the gang all here. So we're all together. What are we going to do, Akita? Do you really have a plan? First of all, I should explain our situation to all of you. I feel like this is a good place to do a little saving. Oh, I got a bunch of save slots. I tell them what happened. However, I leave out the part about Alex, any mention of Aurora, and any details about the basement. Judging from what Neneko told me, the person who killed Thomas and Lord Raymond has been in the underground area before us. Any guest who turns out to know more details about the underground area than I tell them has to be the killer. I want to collect as many clues as I can so that I can reveal their identity. This music is it's pretty great. This has turned into a horrible situation. I'm glad that everyone is safe, but right now, we don't really know what might happen. You idiot, it's because you still tried to discover this island secret, even though I told you not to. You're just a third-class detective. What are you going to do now? Because of you two, they won't allow any of us to survive. Us two? So you're letting yourself off the hook? I'm very well known in the underworld. They won't try to do anything to me because they know how useful I can be to them. I can stay alive by negotiating. None of you will be able to do the same. Jacob, you're a real SOB. You're as meaningful as flies to them. You will be swatted without a second thought. Flies? You're even more disgusting than a fly, Jacob Rutland. And what is that supposed to mean, young lady? I don't remember ever being insulted like that. Don't play dumb, you creep. I know you were coming here as a client of this island's prostitution operation. And you have proof of that? Making baseless accusations does not behoove you, Akira Edgeworth. Stop, both of you. We should not be arguing right now. What? Akita, are you taking his side? I like him. I wasn't expecting any less from a shady detective. He knows a way to make a profit when he sees it. Gross. I'll take that as a compliment. No, Akita! But Jacob, I don't consider your situation to be any different than ours. Just keep your big trap shut, man. You should cooperate with us if you want to stay alive. What did you say? How dare you talk to me that way? The time to negotiate with them has already ended. You'll have noticed the changes in the mansion. They're already eliminating everyone on this island who could potentially become a witness. Eliminating witnesses? Jacob, you were wondering why there weren't many people in the mansion. You were referring to the prostitutes, right? Where did they all go? And not just them, the drivers who were hired, the janitor, the cook. Where could all of the staff who should have been in this mansion have gone? Judging from all the blood we saw underground, it's very likely that everyone who was supposed to be up here has already been killed down there. Ew, was that human blood after all? They were killed underground? That many employees? Don't be silly. If they had done that, the public would have known about this island. Preposterous. I think that they were very calculating. The status quo of the island was finally thrown into disarray with the murder of Sir Raymond. And the unlock code that the killer of Sir Raymond and Thomas has could have caused the mansion staff to act so recklessly. But what kind of code is that? I can't imagine that they would kill so many people just to get their hands on that unlock code. I have no idea, but it could be connected to the demon of Shironagasu Island. That's what was being researched on this island. For some reason, that's why that unlock code is important. An unlock code? I wonder if it's the password of some kind of program. For example, the unlock code of a nuclear missile? It must have been really important if it made them kill everyone. I don't know, but the killer having the unlock code is the only reason we're still alive. That code is our life insurance. If the killer hadn't had it, we would have been killed alongside the staff. Jacob, do you understand our situation now? Darn. So, are they using a machine to extract information from our minds? A machine that can read memories from a brain? Does such a thing really exist? Yes, you won't be able to hide any secrets from that machine. They're going to catch us and connect us to that device one by one. They'll kill you if they find out that they don't need you. Isn't that just peachy? So one of us is the killer? He or she should just come forward. If the killer doesn't cooperate, we'll all be killed. You won't be able to fight by yourself, right? Akira tries to appeal to the killer, but nobody speaks up. As I expected, nobody reacted. But what is the killer trying to achieve? While they were trying to use the unlock code to bargain with the people from the mansion, they also killed Thomas and Sir Raymond. I don't know what exactly their goal is, but my guess would be that it is revenge. Revenge, well, considering the things that have happened on the island, there would be many people who carry a grudge. It would be futile, though. Even if they had their revenge, they would never make it off this island alive. They must be ready to accept that fate. I was just thinking about the children's book we saw earlier. Based on that, I'd say that their objective is definitely revenge. I don't think that they were expecting to make it out of here alive, and were planning on killing everyone from the mansion. That strong determination is very obvious. But what would they do? No matter how skillful the killer is, they will not be able to get out of here. The odds wouldn't be in their favor, or do they have another card up their sleeve? So, what are we going to do now? The ship won't be back for quite some time, if it comes back at all. That's our conundrum. If one of us is really the killer, we should stay together in one room and keep an eye on each other. This way, we can stay safe from the people of the mansion. They can't do anything, even if they know who the killer is. It will be a long, drawn-out siege, and fatigue will set in. That's especially the case when the other party consists of only a few people. There are more of us, so we should use that to our advantage. Ludicrous. Do you really expect me to stay in the same room as the person who killed Thomas and Sir Raymond? They could cut off my head while I'm sleeping. I think this plan sounds extremely dangerous. Yes, it sounds rather perilous. Still, it would make for some interesting engravings on our tombstones. Akira has managed to destroy the mood even further with her sarcastic comment. I wasn't expecting Jacob to like this plan. If the killer is taking revenge for the past, then Jacob is likely their next target. Knowing he's in the same room as the killer must be terrifying for him. But I still think that staying together in the same room would be the best way to ensure our mutual survival. Even if the killer did attack Jacob, doing so would reveal their identity. The killer is bold, but they also want to keep their identity a secret. By gathering in one place, you can be assured that you won't be attacked, Jacob. You fool, you don't understand how they think. If we stay in one place and one of us is the killer, we will all be slaughtered like lambs. The best solution for me would be for all of you to stay in one place with the killer and don't leave the room. There's no need for me to be there. I will have no part in this. I'll survive by myself. The rest of you can do as you please. Okay, so Jacob is the next one to die. Call him that. Jacob shouts at us and leaves the room. My plan will keep us alive. Jacob is free to do whatever he wants. See if I care. I hope he gets killed in his own room. That would be karma. So, what are we going to do now? Are we just going to stay in this room? Well, that would be the safest thing to do. The demon of Shironagasu Island is also out there. Ah, with that thing also on the loose, being alone would be extremely dangerous. Can I go back to my room as well? Huh? Weren't you paying attention? I just said that it's dangerous to be alone. I realize that, but the thought of being in the same room as the killer scares me. I would feel safer locking myself in my room. Well, I can't force you to stay here, but please call me if anything happens. I'll also let you know if anything happens over here. So you're just leaving like that? What if that monster kills you? You haven't seen that creature, so you don't know how terrifying it is, Alex. I'll be careful. See ya. Well? I don't understand this at all. Do you know what this means? This is exactly what the criminal wants, for us to be separated. Well, everyone has their own ideas and circumstances. Hey, I almost feel bad for asking, but can I go back to my room too? Real? What? Do you mean I should stay? I just want to go back to gather some things. I'll come back here as soon as I'm ready. That would be fine. But someone should go with you just in case. Well, if we're doing that, I'd like to go back to my room as well. Okay, everybody just forgets the plan. Giselle also wants to go back. Don't you, Giselle? Yes, you're right. If we are going to be staying here, I would like to bring some things as well. In that case, would the two of you come with me? Considering the situation, going alone would be too scary. Let's just pray that we don't run into that creature. Well, it probably won't be able to come here. The bridge has been blocked off. We'll go back to our rooms right away. Alright, Nanako. Me and you. Hanging out. From what I've seen, I don't think that the monster will have any problem getting here, even if the bridge is blocked off. It might be able to move along the wall. I think they will be all killed if they run into it. You could have said that before they left. It should be okay. At least that's what I'd like to believe. To be honest, I actually wanted to be alone with you. I feel bad for taking advantage of this opportunity. What? What's this about? What are you going to do? Something perverted? Don't do it. I'll scream. Don't be such an idiot. I want you to help me figure out who the killer could be. I'm worried about what the people from the mansion are up to, but I also can't overlook that there's a killer among us. I'm not sure who the killer might be, so I want to pick your brain. The killer's motive. It certainly seems important, but I still haven't been able to hear Real and Alex's testimonies, so I can't really narrow down the list of suspects who might have murdered Thomas. I couldn't really ask Alex for his testimony when we were underground. You can only make some educated guesses until you've heard from everyone. I guess that's all we can do for now. We need to think about it. Eek! Oh my god. What? Ick? What was that scream just now? It sounded like a woman's scream. I definitely heard that. Darn. Could something have happened again? Neneko, stay in this room. You don't need to tell me that. You should stay here as well. I'm scared. We're all going to die. Don't say that. Just scream if anything happens. If I hear you scream, I'll be back here pronto. Good, but you have to scream even louder when it's for real. See you in a bit. Eek! As soon as I step outside, I hear Neneko's screams coming from the inside of the room again. I think she's just trying to get my attention, so I just ignore her. The scream I just heard is more important. Where did it come from? Akira and the others went upstairs just a minute ago. Does that mean that the scream came from the second floor? I guess I should take a look there first. Transitions. Oh my, what's with that strange expression? Did anything happen? Are you alright? Did any of you scream? Scream? I didn't hear anything. Did you hear someone scream? I haven't heard any screaming either. I was in my room until just now. Perhaps I couldn't hear it inside there? I was in the hallway, but I didn't hear anything. Giselle is in her room. Maybe it was just the wind? No, it was definitely a scream. Anyway, you should go back into your rooms and be careful. Something strange is happening. What do you mean? Are you trying to scare me? Whatever, I'll just stay in my room with Giselle for now. But I expect you to contact me once the coast is clear. I'll contact you as soon as I know what's happening. Be careful, Akita. So it didn't come from the second floor, but only Neneko, Alex, and I are staying on the ground floor. But that was the scream of a woman. What could that mean? What's going on? No, wait, I should talk to Alex. He might be able to shine a light on this. Alex, open up. It's me, Senakita. I wanted to ask you about a scream I just heard around here. That's weird, there's no response. Did something happen here too? Darn, I guess I'll just have to let myself in. Please don't let there be another corpse inside. Alright, we're gonna do a little save. Hey Alex, guess he's not here? I don't see him in the bedroom. Still, that scream was so loud that I could hear it in my room. Alex must have heard it too. I'm sure something happened. There's something strange about it. The scream of a woman that nobody else could hear. Could it be Aurora? No, I shouldn't think about her for the time being, but I'm still confused about that. In any case, where could Alex be? Alright, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode here. Hope you guys are enjoying the playthrough. I really like this game, and I do think that it is one of the better visual novels I have played. I haven't played very many, but I can't say it compares to Doki Doki. I think they're very different things, but I really like the way the story has ramped up, and I'm interested to see what exactly the situation here is on the island. So I hope you guys are enjoying the playthrough. If you are, consider leaving a like, subscribing to the channel. I upload content like this all the time, and I will see you back soon with another video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.